Couple things. One, I was very pleased to see Congress take action on TikTok. That's an example of TikTok being on the phones of hundreds of millions of tens of millions of Americans, collecting all that data. So that was one thing. Secondly, one thing we're doing is looking into electric vehicles, connected vehicles. Chinese electric vehicles on our roads at scale could be collecting massive amounts of data on Americans, who they are, what they say in their car, where they go to, their patterns of driving. So we've opened an investigation at the Commerce Department looking at that. Also very much looking at cranes. The vast majority of cranes at U.S. ports are Chinese. Cranes are no longer, steel in the air. They're all connected, collecting data. So look, I'd say we are building the capacity of our ICTS unit at the Commerce Department and looking very seriously at all of these connected apps, whether they're games or cars or really anything that collects data on large numbers of individuals, their GPS location, where they are, where they go, their family members. I think that we need to take the threat much more seriously, and that's why we are moving out on these things. We aren't trying to cut off all trade with China. We're not trying to cut off all tech trade with China, right? We're going to continue to sell them, and that's good for America's economy. Semiconductor chips, all kinds of technology. And the reason is because they make a lot. They make a lot themselves. They can buy a lot from the rest of the world. We just need to focus on these choke point technologies, things that we have that they can't otherwise get access to, not commodity type goods. And it makes it it's more doable if you can identify what are the choke points and focus on that and work with our allies.
Taiwan. So could you very briefly describe for me what happens if China invades Taiwan and locks down the South China Sea to American commerce and takes over TSMC?
It would be absolutely devastating.
How devastating?
Well, right now, I'm not commenting on whether that's going to happen, how it's going to happen, if it's going to happen. But what I can tell you is right now, the United States buys 92% of its leading edge chips from TSMC in Taiwan.
And that's because they're 2 generations ahead of anything that we can build here in the United States, correct?
No. They are vastly ahead of anything we're doing in the United States. Okay. However, the announcements TSMC just made in Arizona will be to build 2 nanometer and 3 nanometer, which is their most sophisticated stuff.
Got it. But until then, they're a strategic asset in Taiwan, which makes it essential for us to defend the South China Sea and Taiwan, not just one place. Would you agree?
I would agree, yes.
Okay.